Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show, the Halloween edition. Coming up, David Ainslie went to Barrett-Jackson. We didn't, but he did last weekend, and he's going to give us his take on the experience. Later, we'll take a look at the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy. Along with Mike out of this world, Mars, His Majesty, King Conrad DeLong.
Bim Salabim.
I like that, yeah. We need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on our... Thank you, Kathy and the Bouge Zekin, for doing this wonderful decoration for Halloween. Don't you like it?
Yes.
You like it?
Yes.
I do too.
Jeff keeps on calling it our spooktacular.
It is
revision.
spooktacular.
It is. Well, it is kind of. But
Thank you.
thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for
thank
being you.
No, thank you.
I like the.
thank you.
I like the
I'm
bats.
so glad you were born.
Kylie put that up.
I like the bats and the big moon.
Bats in the
and-
belfry.
I have that. And then Jeff and I had to rehang the little spook rope
It
here
was on the
because
floor this
it had
morning.
fallen down,
Yeah.
and so I just stapled it on the wall.
Well, you used gutter nails. They're about that long and just pounded.
Yeah,
Sure.
just trying to.
I believe you.
Do you?
Keeping it up.
Yeah.
You know, you got
How's your illness? I know that you were
I
ill
was fine. It was
because you didn't have a COVID shot. I did.
I will,
I didn't.
I
have
will
COVID.
never get a COVID shot.
Well, apparently not.
And I
'cause
told
you
him when I
got
walked
COVID.
in, if you got me sick, that was the end. That was the end
It was the end of
of
Jeff.
you, not of me.
Yeah.
You know, sniffles, nothing much. I was running a temperature.
That was Mike's nickname in high school.
Sniffles?
Yeah.
Sniffles Malone.
It was John DeLorean's problem too.
I don't
And
think that he
Biden.
did it. I think that he was just dealing it.
Biden's got sniffle problems.
No, Biden has
Never mind.
way more problems.
Never
than
mind.
that.
I voted this week.
I did too.
Did you vote?
Not yet.
Mars, you vote?
No, I got
They don't have any voting booths over there?
Yeah, they do. We're trying to get the weather situated. I got to take Mom to vote. She wants to go vote. We got to have time to take the wheelchair and all that stuff.
Only take her if she's voting R.
That's right. And you
She's
have to
not
stay.
going to vote R. Don't
My
take her.
problem is monitoring my dad's vote.
He's dead.
I know, but sometimes
But he
he
still
still
votes.
shows up as a voting for Democrats, and that kind of irritates. Never mind.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
that's what they do.
Yeah. Well, Lena Hidalgo's going to fix all that.
Oh, good.
Well, I heard they're expecting such a big voter turnout. They asked the Republicans to show up on Tuesday and the Democrats to show up on Wednesday.
That'd be good.
That's so old.
All right,
That
yeah,
is
that's
so
a bad
old.
old joke.
Yeah.
Well, while we wait for Sleepyhead Ainsley to get on the line with
Oh,
us.
look.
Yeah, we're working on
He's-
it.
he's
here.
there.
We're working on it.
Yeah, yeah, he's all fogged in too.
I know.
I like
I don't know
that.
what
Well,
he's
let's
doing.
just,
He's still in the
in his
shower.
garage.
It's all the
Steam
steam.
room.
ladies,
something.
ladies and
He's
gentlemen,
still in the shower.
Steam in the
still in the
shower.
shower. It's steamy in
Is
there.
he wearing pants?
Is he? He's not
I'm
wearing
not
pants.
asking.
I can't show you below the shirt.
Yeah, well, why is it so foggy? Or is that some sort of smoke residue in there?
No, I've got a screensaver that's, one of those protection things, and it's like I
Take it
covered the
off.
lens because I think I was drunk when I tried to put it on.
You got a
Yeah,
glaring,
yeah, there it is. Oh, nope, that didn't.
You got a
Yo, put
glaring
it back.
light.
Put it back.
Wouldn't be the first time you put something on
No.
when you were drunk. Yeah,
Right?
that didn't help.
You got a light behind you.
There you go.
Wow, look at that. Hi, David. How are you?
Oh, much better. Much
Ladies
better.
and gentlemen, the chief executive engineer of the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show, David Ainslie.
I'm glad I have a title.
And I
So
misspelled
you had texted me about a Honda. Were you buying that at Baker-Jackson, or I can't imagine
Barrett-Jackson.
they were selling that? Barrett-Jackson.
Well, I'm looking for my 16-year-old, but he's not going to get a 1,300 horsepower car for his first
Hell
car.
no.
Why not?
Did
Yeah.
he pick one out?
He's responsible.
Well, we weren't a bidder. We were just enjoying the show and, got to see a lot of cool cars.
So you have gone to Mecum through the In-Wheel Time experience. You've been there. You've been to other car auctions, I'm sure. What was the difference? Let's just use Mecum as an example. What's the difference between Barrett-Jackson and Mecum?
Well, seemed to roll through the cars. They had a lot of classics there, and very few, like hypercars. They had some, but to me it seemed, I don't know, they were very similar actually.
Were they? Was a television crew there?
Oh yeah, they were. They didn't keep them on the platform very long. I mean, they were rolling.
Yeah, they usually don't.
Yeah, I mean,
What day did you go?
We went last Saturday.
So the end of the auction.
Yeah, the finale.
Yeah, but Saturday's usually where the highest dollar cars roll through.
Right. Yeah.
It's like Thursday's the bargain day, Friday's kind of a cool day, and then Saturday is usually where the highest price cars
That's where the
go
money's
through.
at.
Yeah.
So you didn't bid on anything?
Didn't bid on anything, and I'm hearing a grasshopper chirp coming from your microphone. So there needs to be an engineer over there fixing things.
Sure wish we could get one
he's
over
stuck
here.
in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A chirp coming through the microphone. We don't hear that.
Yeah, that's very strange. I think it's when you talk, Don. Anyway, I asked Jack. So Ryan couldn't go because he had to work. My son. And so he said, but a couple of my friends want to go. So I took them, and they're about the same age, about 20 years old. And Jack really liked like the Mach 1s and the classic muscle cars and stuff like that. And I well, how about the hypercars? You like those? Yeah, they're okay. I mean, the Ford GTs and, the Lambos and there was a Mercedes SLR, the Mercedes McLaren combo mix thing. And, those are okay. But my son, Ryan, on the other hand, said, hey, what do you think about all these classic cars? Because I was talking to him after the show, and he's like, nah, he likes the foreign, speeders,
The JDMs.
He's early 20s, right?
Yeah, he is 20. So, and his friends are too. But it's interesting to see the difference in personality. So I can trying to, you can't really categorize, a person as such liking either, the little fast, $1 million Lambos, or someone that likes a $20,000 classic Mach 1.
Do you know? Ask the dais here. Do you know of a car show that has cars that go from, let's say, the 1920s all the way through the Lambos and the latest, greatest Barrett-Jackson high-end Mercedes, all of the crazy, crazy horsepower, latest state-of-the-art cars? I don't know of a car show that has all of that other than an auction.
Well, some of the concours will.
I was thinking the same thing.
I went to Ironstone Concours a number of times, and they would have the 1915s all the way up to the 2020.
And we have one here in Houston.
2021s.
We've got one down at the lake, the Clear Lake show. That would be one.
So
Keels and Wheels.
But that's not
Keels
just
and
a
Wheels.
cruise-in. Those are shows that are dedicated to that range of vehicles.
Correct.
Coffee and cars generally won't draw the real old stuff. Somebody's not going to drive their 1915 Model T to that, even though they probably could.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's the point that I'm trying to make, is the fact that there isn't one car. I was thinking, well, the boys might enjoy Autorama, but Autorama basically is custom cars,
and muscle cars,
hot rods, souped up cars, resto mods,
and the lowriders.
Resto mods, yeah.
I'll be honest with you. One of my favorite things to do at Autorama is look at the lowriders, the artistry in those cars, whether it's the mural work of paint or the etching of the chrome,
the
and
detail
stuff.
of the chrome.
I
yeah.
mean, it's really some stunning.
Well, there's one
jewelry
guy
work.
last year that had a 40s model convertible that was absolutely stunning in the lowrider category. And that car, it just blew me away. I love the body style, the convertible aspect of it, and then it was sitting on the ground on top of it. It looked like something out of a cartoon from Disney back in the 40s.
So, David.
David, we see you're talking, but we're not hearing you.
David, so you said one of the boys likes the
muscle cars?
The classics, the Mach 1s and things, and the other one likes the Lambos and things, so... That boy, does he take after his mother on that, or?
It's interesting because this same fellow named Jack goes to the coffee and cars, and he's really grooving on all the Porsches and all the the foreign
high dollar
speeders,
stuff, yeah,
the high dollar stuff, and yet he says, I really like the Mach 1. So I don't know where he got that. It could have been from his dad or just a personal thing.
Talking about one of your boys.
Well, they all like the foreign, the speeders. But the JDM type stuff.
But if you
Jack, he's like, where else can you get a 400 or 392 cubic inch car that's got 200 horsepower? So.
Well, there is that, which isn't very. But I compare today's generation, that the boys that he went down to Barrett-Jackson with, back when I went to my first Autorama in the Albert Thomas Convention Center, and I was blown away, but the cars were 20 years older at that point, so we're talking about 1970. So the cars basically were 50s, some 60s, certainly no 70s because it was 1970. So if you parlay that into today's group generation, they all grew up with the JDM thing when mom and dad had the Honda, when mom and dad had the Corolla. So they're familiar with that. So it really isn't a stretch. I mean, if you stop and think about it, the only difference is that four-cylinder engines as opposed to great big humongous gas-guzzling V8s of the 50s.
And the weird thing is some of those four-cylinders of today are going to beat some of those V8s of the 70s.
Yep. This thing that I've got out here right now, this Elantra N, it is a 6-speed manual transmission. It's got basically racing seats in the thing. It rides like a race car, and it hauls donkey. And it's truly amazing what you can get out of a four-cylinder engine.
And then there's David's van.
That's a nice van.
Yeah, and then there's the van that's been up to the
Odyssey.
UP of Michigan flawlessly, by the way.
Up and back.
I like that. I like that van.
Well, 20 years old, and I got it a couple of years ago, about a year ago, actually.
From Emmons.
It only had 36,000 miles on it.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, and how did it do on your trip to the UP?
It was perfect.
Right.
It was.
I think that the only thing that you did was you put new tires on it because the other ones were kind of
just general maintenance, oil change,
crappy.
Check the belts and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even change the belts. When I got this thing, I changed all the fluids and put new tires on it, I changed the headlights because they looked like someone put Vaseline on them. So
they had cataracts.
Conrad looks like that in the morning too.
Yeah. Looked like your camera did on your phone before you cleaned it off.
Exactly. So put gas in it and go.
What kind of mileage does that thing get, Dave? It's got a V6 in it, right?
You got a V6, 3.5 liter. Got about 23, 24 on the road.
That's nice, yeah.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
But we had 3 people in there and just loaded down, So.
Well, that's
good. The great thing about those vehicles.
And you went at a time when the gas was a little higher too in price.
Oh yeah, yeah. Across the country, it was probably close to $5, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And diesel was $5.50. I mean, it was just kind of crazy.
So you were asking me about a Honda Civic the other day. What was that about?
I forget which one. We've been looking at some, but I can't remember why.
Is this you're trying to get a car for your 16-year-old?
Yeah.
Just something calm or something cool?
Both. I want to get something where you don't have to pay $8,000 a year for insurance.
And actually, Civic's a very good choice. I think Civic is a great choice across the board. Honda's proven themselves worthy as far as quality and durability goes. I would also say pretty much any Toyota would be about the same. But at that price point, he's going to be looking at like a Toyota Corolla.
It's really funny. We're finding that the Hondas are a lot more expensive than the Toyotas.
Oh, absolutely they are.
Yeah, because they hold their value a little bit better.
And there's a maintenance factor involved in the Hondas that, generally speaking, aren't with the Toyotas. I know that the timing belt is one of them, and you have to change, according to specs, change the timing belt, I don't know, every 35,000 miles or something.
I think it's now up to 90.
And it is a total pain to do it. And so that's something else that you might want to look into if you're in the market for a Honda.
So, David, when he wants to go somewhere, what does he drive? Does he drive the van? Does he drive your vehicle? What does he do?
Well, he just got his first job yesterday, so he hasn't driven. What he wants to drive is this.
Well, yeah, let him. Yeah, he can have it.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yeah,
That's
no
your
problem.
car.
Yeah. David drives
Well,
the van.
they're both my car, but this one is a little faster than the Honda Odyssey.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's also a little bit cooler.
Oh, well, sure. So, what was the Honda? The sporty one, the Civic.
Oh, the S-Type.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it SI.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's the blue one I had sent you all the pictures of. I'm sure he'd love to have something like that. But again, the Honda Civic kind of ranges everything from the base car all the way up to the sporty car with the SI and the wings and all those.
Now, is he
angles and
mechanically inclined?
Not so much.
So whatever it is that you get him, pretty much is the way it's going to stay.
Yeah, it needs to.
Unless his brother gets hold of it.
Put some fart can exhaust system on it.
Well, he probably needs.
We didn't need that at all.
I got that all over the microphone.
Yeah, you did.
Absolutely. So, but we also found that, there's some Mazda 3s out there that look pretty cool, too.
Yes, there are. And they come in some two-doors.
My daughter had one. She loved it.
Yeah. So, I mean, look around. eBay's a good place. Anything online.
Emmons Brothers, you never know what they have in stock because that's always moving.
Yeah, and you've had success there.
And it also sounds like used car prices is stabilizing, if not maybe headed down in some models. Might not be headed down in all models.
The other thing is, too, is that when Jerry gets back, you might want to go down there and say, this is what I'm looking for, and he can put the word out to his buyers.
That's what they do.
And might be able to find you one like the van.
Yeah.
And while you're down there, I think in their inventory, I think they have an '02 Corvette with only 9,000 miles on it. So it'd be low mileage. And if he could put him in that, then, he could put some miles on it without hurting it.
And they've got some Jeeps. I've seen Jeeps down there. They got some Wranglers
they got
and
Jeeps coming out
Renegades
there
and all that. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, you think I should get his first car as a Corvette?
Hell no.
No.
Why not?
We're worried about Don having a Corvette.
Yeah. No. Well, you could take the Corvette and give him your Infinity.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Well, just a thought.
Just a thought.
Just saying.
Just try to help out there.
Well, David, I guess we have a date with you come Autorama.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yep.
That's a fun time.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving weekend.
Sounds like it's the first time you heard that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's too early in the morning.
Move-in is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So
that'll be a good show. So there's how many cars do you think are going to be there this year?
I don't know, 1,000.
Oh, yeah, easily.
1,000. But like I said, it's a different kind of show.
Yeah, you were talking about the car show aspects of the auto auction and being able to see all the vehicles and everything. The difference between that and Autorama. Autorama, they've got stanchions, they've got barriers, they got a setup,
A display.
But if you go to that auto auction, they're just there.
They're there.
I mean, you can
Well,
get
some
up
of them,
close.
they want
They
you to
want
open
you
the
to,
door
yeah,
and look in it
look
because they want you to
underneath.
buy
I mean,
it.
If you're
It's-
serious about going to buy something, then buy Michael Wooding to go along with you.
Oh, yes.
Because he knows what to look for. That's might be my suggestion. David, it's great to talk to you. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Well, you two, it's different to be on this side of the camera than behind the scenes. So.
Well, we're glad you woke up to talk to us.
Yeah.
But there's that.
And did you wake up to say, "Oh God, what's wrong over there today? What do I have to fix online today?"
The cricket,
Well,
the cricket in my microphone.
I know if I didn't get called at 7 a.m. that things were good. So
Or they were really, really bad
Oh,
and nothing works. No phones or nothing.
Hey, give the best to your boys for us.
we'll do it.
All right, man. We'll talk to you this week.
Love you, Dave.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
bye.
All right.
We'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. Address here at In Wheel Time is info@inwheeltime.com.
.com.
Let's see.
So did you hear that Toyota is working on a new GR86, one of your favorite vehicles, that little two-seater that they build? Except this one's going to be a turbo hybrid model.
Well, speaking of, Toyota is considering a reboot of its electric vehicle strategy to better compete in a booming market. It has been slow to enter and has halted some work on existing EV projects, according to 4 people with knowledge of the still developing plans, told Reuters. The proposals under review, if adopted, would amount to a dramatic shift for Toyota and rewrite the $38 billion EV rollout plan the Japanese automaker announced last year to better compete with the likes of Tesla. In the meantime, Toyota has suspended work on some of the 30 EV projects announced in December, which, according to the sources and a document reviewed by Reuters, include the Toyota Compact Cruiser crossover and the battery electric Crown. Now, they just came out with the Crown, which is the top of the line, top of the heap Toyota.
Oh, yeah.
And it's coming to the United States. Toyota said it was committed to carbon neutrality but declined to comment on specific initiatives.
And Toyota's proven themselves for decades with the hybrid model, with the Prius and the Synergy drive. And I think that's the direction they're going to go with a plug-in hybrid and a regular hybrid. I think they are going to back off of the pure EV.
They're going to get more focused on it.
Well,
yeah.
and the other thing is that when I asked the guy at Toyota, the name shall go awry because we don't want to talk about that. But
Oh, that's his name, Shogo Arai?
shall go awry. Very Japanese.
Shogo Arai.
I had that for dinner the other night.
Very slow on the uptake.
Can I get a cup of sugar?
They're very cautious about moving forward quickly.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I caught part of a story, and it's a doctor, one of those professor kind of guys, and people have actually started looking into the full cost of building an EV. Battery costs, everything. Like in Michigan right now, somebody wants to open up another nickel mine. Got to have nickel for batteries. Mm-hmm. No. Can't open that nickel mine because of the EPA concerns, and the people up there are saying no.
Because it's open pit mining.
Speaking
Exactly.
of which, Hyundai Motor Company will break ground on a $5.54 billion electric vehicle EV and battery plant in the United States on Tuesday, as South Korea's biggest automaker grapples with an uncertain outlook for its EV sales in its top market. Hyundai plans to begin commercial production in the first half of 2025 in the massive plant in Bryan County, west of Savannah, Georgia, that'll have an annual capacity of 300,000 units. Wow. That's a lot of cars.
Savannah's a nice area. That's a pretty area,
The groundbreaking comes amid anger from Korea and the European Union over U.S. electric vehicle tax policy. Joe Biden. The Inflation Reduction Act President Joe signed in August requires EVs to be assembled in North America in order to qualify for U.S. tax credits. Law made about 70% of EVs immediately ineligible for the tax credits of up to $7,500 per vehicle.
Hence, they're moving
Sales of the
here.
Hyundai Ioniq 5 crossover SUV in the United States slumped around 14% in September from the previous month, hit by the new U.S. law.
Let's go, Brandon.
So did you hear that Mercedes is going to leave Russia and they're going to sell all their production assets
Yes,
to
I
some
have
investor?
that story.
Yeah, that was
Yes, I have that story. Yeah, it's for $1. Mm-hmm. All of the
I'll
money,
give them $2.
$2.
many-
Then you'll be over there with Britney.
Spears?
Not Britney Spears, Britney Griner.
Okay. Well, you know, Russia
rubles is
stopped
that?
exporting cars to Russia in March of 22.
Wait a minute, Russia stopped exporting cars to Russia.
Mercedes stopped exporting cars to Russia.
How many rubles is that, Mike?
463,000.
Oh, wow.
Because a ruble ain't worth squat diddly.
Neither is peso.
And Ford is going to end its autonomous vehicle division, which I thought was odd considering GM is building theirs, you know, much larger than it was. But this autonomous vehicle, is it really going
They
to
bailed
make it?
out of the company that was actually
Ford? Yeah.
That Ford was pouring money into for all the technology because it's all gone.
Well, because that's not in headlines anymore. The story that we did this morning about it, that's the first thing we heard in 6 months.
But the interview we had this morning wasn't about autonomous vehicles. It was about artificial intelligence of the communication with the vehicle. So a little bit different in what's going on.
And not knowing that information, I was going for the car aspect of it when it's actually in repairs.
Right.
Well, in the shop, I thought it was the cars too.
Well, so if the car is autonomous and then you have the AI information built in, do they talk to each other?
Yeah, so the car just pulls itself in the shop and says, hey, I need a brake job. And the mechanic says, okay, it does it, and the car leaves. But who pays the bill?
Credit card.
Siri.
You do, Mike Mars.
Siri pays it.
Siri.
Yeah, cereal.
Are you chewing something?
Again, at some point, this autonomous vehicle thing, the only way it's going to work is if all cars are autonomous and the cars have to talk to each other.
Yes.
Because, to have Uncle Bob out there in his 1970 Chevy pickup truck amongst all these autonomous vehicles, and he's just going to be pinballing amongst all these autonomous cars.
He's going to be chugging down the street,
Right.
and all the cars are going, what is that?
Yeah, what is that? But, the autonomous vehicles are going to have to communicate with each other, which is just another whole level of internet connectivity for the vehicles, because when you're out in West Texas and there is no internet, your autonomous vehicle is going to come to a stop and go, hell no, I ain't going over there. I don't know what's going on.
Along with all the other autonomous vehicles.
And then you say, get along, little doggy.
And they're all parked at an intersection in San Francisco.
Quick break now. We'll be right back. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show on iHeartRadio.
Starting to work on your Christmas calendar? Be sure to add the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In Saturday, December 17th. You'll want to attend Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods. And get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition, Saturday, December 17th. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Celebrate the Christmas season with friends and family at Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, December 17th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Want to take a minute to tell you about Gulf Coast Auto Shield, a Houston detail company like no other. Gulf Coast Auto Shield offers paint correction services that'll give your car, truck, or SUV a like-new shine. Afterwards, you'll want to protect it with a professionally installed nano-ceramic coating or protection film. Worried about your very expensive windshield getting damaged, broken, or cracked? Let Gulf Coast Auto Shield install ExoShield, a windshield protection film. Give John Gray a call today or check out their website, gcautoshield.com. Hey, whether you own a new, ultra-expensive, exotic, or a 5-year-old Suburban, Gulf Coast Auto Shield will help keep your investment looking like the day it rolled off the assembly line. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is conveniently located on the South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of I-69, the Southwest Freeway. Meet the staff and check out all of their services online right now at gcautoshield.com. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeart Radio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeart Radio app, search for In Wheel Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In Wheel Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/InWheelTimeCarTalk.